Oh my god, Instagram went down yesterday. Not for 10 minutes, not for 15 minutes, not for 20 minutes, for damn near the entire freaking day. But what does this all mean? What is the lesson in all of this? I'm gonna break it down and share with you guys my honest opinions. This is Boss and Conquer episode 3. Alright, so like I said, Instagram went down for a really long time yesterday and people were completely freaking out. Initially, when I noticed that there was something going on, I was like, okay, whatever, it'll come back up. What is the big deal? I went about my day, but then I noticed on Twitter, like, the barrage of people that are typically on Instagram suddenly on Twitter to find out what the hell is going on with Instagram. And then I realized people were completely freaking out, and I kind of chuckled inside a little bit because it was kind of funny. And the biggest thing that I hope that people realize, especially if you're a content creator, if you're an influencer, if you are a business owner and you are completely reliant on social media, specifically Instagram and Facebook, because Facebook was down too, I hope they realize the importance of having your own website and building your email list. Social media is great. It is a wonderful tool to grow your business, attract an ideal audience, etc. However, it should not be the only thing that you are using in your business. This is something that for the longest time, as social media became very dominant, especially Instagram, a common piece of advice that I would hear from people, especially when it came to, do I start a blog or do I focus all of my energy on Instagram? And I was always so shocked at the people advising others, yeah, go all in on Instagram. Like, that's where you should be. That's the place to be. There are billions and billions of users on Instagram. Find your audience. And I always just kind of looked at that advice like, why would you ever tell someone, yeah, go be a micro blogger on a platform? Can you? Sure. Should you? No. Because of reasons like this. Instagram went down for damn near an entire freaking day. If they suddenly decide, hey, Instagram is done, like that's it, there's no social media, that's a hack, something goes down, that everything goes away, and that is the only thing that you have, your business is gone. That's it. You're done. You don't have a website that people can go to. You haven't spent time on other platforms. You're done. So I really hope that everything that happened yesterday, the panic attack, really like put a fire in people's ass to focus on their websites, or to at least start one if they don't have one, and to think about ways to grow your email list. Because at the end of the day, social media comes and goes. Algorithms will always change. We have no control over that. So the constant complaining that I see happening on Instagram is getting to the point now of just pure annoyance. Is the Instagram algorithm changing annoying? Sure, it's a learning curve. But at the same time, it's good because it's gonna force people to really think outside of the box and think of other ways to grow their audience, or better yet, I'd like to say, grow a community. The problem is everyone is just focused on one thing. They're just focused on a number. This goes for content creators and this goes for brands. So I hope that yesterday brands also realized, like, hey, you know, we can't put all of our emphasis on a number, on a follower, etc. We need to think of other ways to define our ROI. The second takeaway is that it is so important to diversify your sources of knowledge. This is what I mean. When it comes to the digital space, a problem that I've been seeing is it is always changing, right? It's always changing. You have to stay up to speed with everything. So there's a lot of learning to do. There's a lot of testing that should be done. There's a lot of reading that should be done. But a problem that I've been seeing is, if this is a space that is constantly evolving and changing, why the hell are all these so-called experts regurgitating the same things over and over again? It was something that I just started to question after a while, like, wait, why is everyone saying the same thing? And the problem is that we as human beings tend to associate a number with some type of knowledge or some type of this person must be good because they have X amount of followers, right? We do the same thing when it comes to teachers in this space. And the problem with that is that then everyone starts to go to the same type of person, and there's no diversification in there. So your favorite Instagrammer is talking about, you know, somebody that they think is great or that they learned from, and then because you follow that person, then you think, well, I'm going to go to this person too because they must know what they're doing, because this person, this blogger that I love that has, you know, 350,000 followers must know what they're talking about. And that's how the information just gets repeated, and it stays in this funnel, and everyone starts doing the same things, and everyone starts saying the same things, which is why Instagram has become so bland lately. That is why it's so overly curated, and everything just seems so uninspired to me, because it's just the same thing. It's just a different face to it and a different name, but it's the same type of thing, right? So the people that I learn from the most are not people that have tons of followers on Instagram. There are people that have years of experience in the business, either working for another business and handling their social media and digital media strategy. So they're coming with a wealth of knowledge, and it's always different from anything that I see in the social media space, specifically Instagram or Facebook or something like that. Not to say that any of these people are not highly intelligent or have some type of knowledge in what they're doing, but the problem is that everyone is seeking a short-term answer. No one is thinking long-term. No one is thinking really of the bigger picture. We're just thinking of the now, and the now is everyone is upset with the Instagram algorithm. How do we hack the algorithm? How do you get more followers? How do you get more views? I need this right now. This needs to happen for me right now. But what is the bigger picture? What are your long-term goals? That's how you need to think in everything. What can you do now that is going to help you in the long term? Don't just be short-sighted and think of the now. Don't get caught up in the trends. Don't get caught up in what everyone else is doing. Think about, what can I do now that is going to help me in the long term? Focusing on your website will always serve you on the back end. Focusing only on Instagram, you're always going to be stressed out because it's constantly going to be changing. And always focus on a sense of community. Once you focus on a sense of community and what your purpose is, then you won't have these complete meltdowns over a platform that stopped running for a couple of hours. So that is my whole spiel on that. I hope that made some type of sense, but I've always been passionate about, you know, focusing on your website and at least trying to grow an email list, because that is yours to nurture and grow. So that is my 2 cents on everything that happened yesterday with Instagram. I hope that this video encourages you and makes you realize the importance of having a place that you own, your website that you can be driving your audience to, and not to put everything into a single social media platform. If you like this video and want to see more content like this, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, because that really helps me out. Also, please consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Make sure that you hit the bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. I created this series, Boss and Conquer, to help you be the bosses of your life and conquer every step of the way. So providing with you guys tips and tricks in social media, just having an online presence and personal development are the things that you can find in this playlist right here. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.